Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching 100. This is the 4th episode of the first season. Hopefully, guys, have enjoyed the first 3 episodes onto the channel. And if you'd like to watch the full episode today, it is available free in the description. Click on the link, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode, you know, it ended crazily. Obviously, we'll start where it ended because that's got to be the main talking point of the last episode. Because Wells, mate, he's dead. Unless it was a vision, a dream, he's definitely been killed. There's a young girl, Charlotte, that was introduced at the start of the episode that was having nightmares. And we actually called, we were saying, look, mate, you know, if we're going to introduce a little girl, yeah, you either have 2 options. You make them a killer or you just kill them. You go for the, oh my God, or yes, mate, you're becoming an absolute beast. And we actually went down that, you know, that path. You know, we've seen her all episodes struggling with her sleep. She was saying that all she could see is all the time that her mum and dad, I think she was saying, got sent out, you know, out of, what is it, that they got floated, that's the word that they call it on this, and, you know, she ended up blaming Wells' dad. You know, at the very end of the episode, she sat down and she was trying to deal with her demons, and earlier on in the episode, she actually seen, yeah, Clark kill Adam. You know, Adam was caught in the mist. We seen a big cloud of like gas coming right through the forest. We heard sirens going off. I don't know if it was the grounds people, you know, warning each other that something's coming, but everybody had to flee. You know, we seen Bellamy and Charlotte, they ended up going into a cave. We had Finn, Wells and Clark, they ended up going into a car that they found, and then everybody else went into the ship and closed all of the vents, and Adam was left on the outside. And we seen the aftermath of that, because when they come back out, he was laid there, his body was all burnt, you could see it, his eyes had changed, he was literally on his last legs. He was never ever going to survive. It was totally different from Jasper, who actually got hit and damaged, but you could see that there was a possibility that he would. He wasn't. He was totally gone. And you know, Bellamy couldn't actually do the deed himself. He had the knife, Clark took it off him and stabbed him in the neck. She was watching Charlotte across the way, and you know, she took that and she ran with it, mate. Literally at the end of the episode, she went and sat next to Wells and she was like, yeah, I'm trying to deal with all my trauma and I think I know a way I can get rid of it. And he was like, how? And she was like, bang bang, mate, and stabbed him and killed him right in his neck, and he's just bled out on the floor. So this is very interesting, honestly. You know, earlier on in the episodes as well, kind of Clark and him made up. He ended up telling her, she guessed, we guessed as well, that it wasn't actually him that spilled the beans about her dad. You know, it was actually her own mother. She was the one that told the council that he was going to reveal this information about, you know, the Ark pretty much only having a couple months left to live. And then she was the reason why her dad was floated, not Wells. And he took that pain because he loves her and he didn't want her to kind of resent her mum. Pretty decent, but he's dead now, and it's going to be really exciting to see how everybody reacts, mate. I can't wait. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode. I wonder what the repercussions going to be for killing him. They've got no rules right now. I said you could kill somebody in the first episode.
Shouldn't be out here alone. That well's just outside the wall.
Says the guy who just spent another night exploring the woods all by himself.
Yeah, but I'm reckless.
Mate, they think the grounders killed him.
Where did you get this? Wells was always giving me just anything I could draw with, really. I found out later that he was trading his own stuff to give it to me. Just wish there was something I could do. Make her feel what I'm...
Don't take the wristband off.
No!
What's she done?
Terminated signal in over a week. We can still assume that things are stabilizing on Earth.
I did it. It's still operational.
Look, they're running out of air, and we need their help. My mother thinking I'm dead is only temporary.
Hey, you think the grounders are just gonna sit around and wait for us to finish the wall? Maybe we should let the little girl do the lifting for you, huh?
I just need some water, okay?
This guy is an absolute bellend.
What the hell is wrong with you, Bertie? I killed you!
You wanted a water break. Get back to work!
Why did they choose to keep him alive and kill Adam? Do you know what I mean? Adam was... He seemed alright, to be honest. This Murphy, oh, he's so annoying. He's so cocky. Like, he's worse than Bellamy. Like, I actually don't mind Bellamy. I think that he's scared. That's what I get from him. I get a scared vibe. So like he tries to project that into strength. That's what I'm getting from him. But I think he's just like a proper soft there. I reckon like maybe season 2 or 3 or something, you know, as we progress in, he's going to be like fully firm part of the cast, you know, like friends with Monty and and Clark and all that, but like right now he's still trying to use his position of power. And also Charlotte's got away with killing Wells, mate, because they thought the groundsman done it. They said that they got him outside of the wall, so she's got a lucky break there.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, you've been given a second chance. You gotta use it.
Tavia? Tavia, are you okay?
Hey, jerk! Nothing to be afraid of.
Oh, fingers. Whose fingers are them? They're freshly chopped, aren't they?
You've been down there 9 times in the past week. Is there something I should be made aware of?
Are you tracking me, Kane?
I'm tracking everybody here.
Hannah came down with strep last week. She's fine now. But I'm still checking the bacterial levels in the station. We don't want another outbreak. If I sick, stay on the way.
It's all right.
Fast on the feet, that.
I don't want to slow you down.
I'm still scraping up parts to fabricate a pressure regulator.
We launch without that part.
We can launch, but we'll be dead before we get to the ground.
Plex wristband signal went out.
That doesn't mean anything, right? She took it off like the rest of them.
She actually did, though.
Who else knows about this?
No one. We brought it straight here.
Clark?
It means the grounders didn't kill Wells. It was one of us.
So there's a murderer in the camp. Yeah, there's more than one murderer in this camp. Look at what we've achieved. The wall, the patrols. Like it or not, thinking the grounders killed Wells is good for us.
Oh, good for you, you mean?
Don't even know whose knife that is.
Oh, really? J.M. John Murphy.
You give it that girl. I mean, he's right here, Bellamy, in this situation, in my opinion.
No water till this section is up.
I know what you did, and you're gonna pay for it.
Really? Oh man, you really believe this crap?
You threatened to kill him. We all heard you. You hated Wells.
Oh, this is ridiculous. I don't have to answer to you. I don't have to answer to anyone.
Come again?
I already told you I didn't kill anyone.
I say we float him. Yeah.
That's not what I'm
Floating.
saying.
Why not? He deserves to float. It's justice.
Oh, there we go. So he's the one that gets rolled down the hill.
Get off me! Stop this! They'll listen to you!
Bellamy, you should do it.
What's this guy doing? He's starting all the chants. He loves it. They actually killed him.
This is on you, princess.
It is on her. It is on her.
Charlotte, get out of here now.
Murphy didn't kill Wells! I did!
Mate, that was on Clark. It was all her fault. Prime example, right? I'm going to do a reflection of that onto the ship on the Ark, right? Soon as this information comes out that there's only a little bit left to live, yeah, you go into purge mode. Do you know what I mean? Like, so if the Ark found out, right, we've got 6 months of oxygen left, but there's, you know, people have to die, everybody would be going mad, mate. There'd be murders all over. You can't control. Just showing it here, right? All them people was kind of getting bullied off Murphy and getting bullied off Bellamy. Do you know what I mean? He was forcing him to build that wall. They looked weak. That guy even got pissed on, yeah? As soon as they felt a bit of strength, a bit of unity, they'd just gone for it. They was unstoppable. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't control them because it was mass hysteria. And do you know what I mean? I'm disappointed in Bellamy, to be honest. Like, actually trying to take the stand and make himself look strong, because he's probably thinking that he'll look weak by kicking that. But do you know what? Yeah, fair play to the girl, Charlotte, for coming up and saying that she done it. But I wish, you know, I wish they try and go after her now. You know, you got to be consistent. I hate inconsistency. I absolutely hate it. If you wanted to kill you wanted to kill Murphy, you want to kill Charlotte now. Now, whether you do it, that's different. But you've got to have the same principles. Otherwise, it's just bullshit. So I'm interested to see how it goes. But that, again, to me, is a prime example where people don't need to know information. Bellamy was right. They're building a wall. They're scared of the groundmen. Knowing someone inside is possibly a killer is going to cause unrest. And straight away, boom, mate, look at that.
How long's it been, little bird?
I need a pressure regulator. What do you want for it?
Oh, I don't move machine parts anymore. It's too dangerous.
Saves the act for someone who doesn't know better.
I owe a favor to the chief of electrical, and he's got a thing for tough, pretty girls. Gonna need to make it worth my while.
By screwing the chief of electrical?
You know, your mother would have taken that deal. In fact, she did.
Don't you dare talk about my mother that way!
Little girl.
No! Fuck you, Nigel! Get off me!
I was just trying to slay my demons, like you told me.
She misunderstood me, Charlotte. That is not what I meant. If she'd listened to me, those idiots would still be building the wall.
Hey, you want to build a society, princess? Let's build a society. Bring her out.
Well, look who decided to join us.
Slow it down and back off.
So it's okay to string me up for nothing, but when this little bitch confesses, you want to let her walk? Cowards, all of you.
Hey,
are
Murphy!
cowards.
Murphy! It's over.
Come on, let's get the girl.
I didn't mind that, to be honest. It was consistent. It was consistent.
Those people out there.
Oxygen deprivation, just the beginning. Why are you here?
I messed up. I can't get the part. Nigel wants me to...
You went to Nigel? You sure Nigel has a part?
If she can get one, yeah.
Okay, I'll take care of it.
Hello, Dr. Griffin. Morphine. What do you want for it?
Pressure regulator.
I underestimated Raven.
He's thinking something's up him.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Just because we saved you doesn't mean you're forgiven.
She's just a kid.
She murdered someone, isn't it?
You killed someone, Charlotte.
Oh, he's found something. I mean, that Charlotte did deserve to get shouted at, but you have to protect her. If you're gonna, you know, like, give it to the wolves, you might as well just give it to Murphy, do you know what I mean?
I believe you kept this place quiet.
What would be the point of telling anybody?
Some of this stuff could be useful.
Like what? There's no weapons.
Looks like they never made it here.
I figure the bombs took them by surprise. All this preparation.
Maybe they were lucky. They couldn't have lived more than a few years down here. And then when they ran out of food, they would have opened the doors and been dead within a few days. We think the grounders are a threat. Now we're killing each other. There have to be consequences.
Don't kill Murphy, Charlotte. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would like. Do you know what I mean? If I could choose, yeah, I'd let her go and kill him. I'd like a character to get built up. Do you know what I mean? We dropped her in, she killed Wills. Yeah, all right, bit of a savage move, but you know what? You got to rock with it now. It was a good power play. Let's go forward. Also, I've never thought of it like that before, what she just said. Like, do you reckon he was looking not to go inside of that bunker? Yes, they could stay down here for 5 years and add 5 years onto her life. That's great, woohoo. Do you know what I mean? I'll choose 5 years onto my life right now. But what I'm saying is, yeah, as soon as you run out of food, you open that door, you're dead. You know what I mean? So, like, really just delaying the inevitable. So, I mean, I thought it was an interesting way of looking at it. I've never thought of it like that before.
Are you here to join us? He's here to see me. Vera, go on with your mumbo-jumbo. I remember when you were the tender of the tree. You were a cute kid.
Why did you bring me down here, Nigel? What do you want?
It's about what you want. I have something for you.
I'm not interested.
Not even if it involves your friend Abby Griffin? She and a girl named Raven Reyes asked me to get them a pressure regulator.
This little snitch.
And since when do you give up your customers? You're a plague on this ship, Nigel. It's your word against a member of the council.
You know, you should thank me. With Abby out the way, your agenda should sail right through. So we provide for the earth. A waste of water, if you ask me.
Not to them.
So then, see what I mean? I don't know what to think of him yet. I think that he's portrayed as an arsehole, but maybe not.
She's gone.
See, I wouldn't believe that she could get out of that silently. I'm liking Bellamy this episode.
I'm trying to help you.
I'm not your sister.
Listen to me. I won't leave you.
I have liked Bellamy this episode. I said it a minute ago, but I have liked him this episode. What would be good is if the grounders took her, and next time they seen her, she was like one of them. You know what I mean? That would be interesting.
Did you take morphine from the clinic?
They inventoried already.
No. Kane was just here. He's on his way to Mecca to arrest both of you right now.
Only one of us needs to get to the ground, Raven. The second you find those kids, you radio back. 300 innocent people will die if you don't.
They'll float you.
Then they'll float me.
Cheating death twice, innit, mate? In two episodes. Bellamy's got to fight for her now. I'm not going to leave you, he said. You've got to fight for her.
Just calm down. We'll talk about this.
I'm sick of listening to you talk.
Let her go.
You come with me right now, I will let her go.
No, I have to!
No!
Oh.
No.
You know, what's that on there? That was well unexpected.
Bellamy, stop! You'll kill him! We don't decide who lives and dies. Not down here.
So help me God, if you say that people have a right to decide,
Oh, no, I was wrong before, okay? You were right. We need rules.
And who makes those rules?
You need a council, man. No,
For
people.
now, we make the rules.
Take him back and pretend like it never happened?
No! We banish him.
If I ever catch you in your camp, we'll be back here. Understand?
See, I don't like Murphy, but like this is one of the occasions where I want him to come back stronger and with more people. That was interesting. It was interesting.
I'm hoping there's a logical explanation for all this.
My daughter.
There is no bacteria, is there?
Did you know that
Her boyfriend, Finn Collins.
Finn is a boyfriend. I knew it was.
if you don't tell me what you're up to, I won't be able to save her?
You're gonna hear what she's up to.
You still don't understand. I'm trying to save all of us.
Mate, they can't catch her now though. She's gone.
What have you done?
We have to know the truth.
Will we be able to talk to them?
No, more like Morse code.
What the hell?
Haha, he shot the fuse and done everyone's in.
We fried all the wristbands.
They're at your own risk. I think I might be cursed.
And call me a risk.
Yo, I like these one.
When you're not cursed. Brave.
For getting my face bashed in or for ruining any chance to contact the Ark?
No, for standing up to a bully and trying to help everyone. And bravery is always rewarded.
Hey, go on, Jasper. Hey. I actually like these two.
They're gonna die up there, and we're alone.
We're not alone. You're not alone.
Guy went straight for the bar, didn't he? He's got game. Always happens this, doesn't it? There's no way she's landed in the right place, surely not. Look at her, she's floating off. What we're saying, we've ended the episode making us think that she's failed. I'm hoping that she's not failed because, I mean, that's a wounder, isn't it? If you think about it, they tried to launch a pod, don't land down to Earth. They fried all the bracelets. They think everyone's dead. They don't know it's successful. To be honest, I don't actually care if all them people don't come down, to be honest. You know, I actually just like the people on the ground and I'm interested with the stories. And my favourite right now is Jasper. And he's not even been in it much. But I actually do like him. You know, he reminds me a bit of Quicksilver from X-Men? Yeah, I know he don't look nothing like him, but for some reason, I don't know, like, I like him. I actually do, and I like Monty as well, and both of them have not been in it loads. Do you know a person that annoys me a little bit, but I don't mind? It is Clark. You know, like, I watched season 1 of Euphoria, and my most liked character, I believe, was Jules. And my most disliked character, if I had to pick, would have been Jules. And I know that sounds totally daft, but like somebody could do loads of stuff that really entertain me, and I think they was way better than everybody else. But then you can also do stuff that I think, mate, you're more annoying than everybody. And I have no problem with Clark, but she does annoy me in certain situations. Like she quite often believes that her way is the right way and she's right, and she's quite moody, if I'm being honest. She's optimistic at sometimes, but I feel like she's quite moody, and she kind of wants her way to be the right way as well. I know Bellamy does, and he's trying to be the dictator, he's trying to enforce it, but I don't know, he's not as stroppy about it. Now this episode is interesting. You know, they've cast away Murphy, and the interesting thing is I don't like Murphy, but I'm not a person that like hates on somebody consistently. So like even if I dislike him, he could do something good next episode and I say that's good. You know, I'm not a person that's like that's crap, don't like him, it's always terrible. I actually want him to go away, get stronger, get taken, become part of the grounds, you know what I mean, something, and then to return and try and get his revenge on them. That's what I would like, and I'd be like, yes, Murphy, that's decent. You know what I mean? Now, interesting as well, mate, she's just jumped off that cliff. It looks like she's dead, but I'm going to call that she's not dead. But if she is, that's a ballsy play. Absolutely ballsy play, and I like the consistency. They wanted to kill Murphy because, well, actually, not all of them was consistent, but I like how the show decided to kind of go with it. They wanted to kill Murphy because they believed they killed Wells, and then when they found out it was Charlotte that killed Wells, some wanted to kill her. That's consistent. That's what I like. If they turned a blind eye and pretended, no, she's a little girl, we're not doing that, I don't like it. So she got what, well, she was trying to get given to her, what everybody should get given to them. But, you know, she decided to take her own life, which was crazy, mate. Absolutely crazy and ballsy. And I'm going to say she's not dead, but, I mean, come on now. How can you survive that? Who knows? We'd have to see it a bit more. But I'm excited for the next one. Okay, and that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. So very interesting. It looks like Raven, mate, you know, the launch went well. They managed to get it off of the Ark, which is a success in itself because, you know, they was at a short time frame and she had to, you know, force it, and it successfully launched. But then it just looks like she's drifting off into the wilderness now, doesn't it? It doesn't look like it was successfully heading towards Earth, especially into the location that they was getting sent. Now, obviously, I was saying a couple of episodes back, like, why would you pick this location out of all places in the world? You know, you could have landed, I would have chose a city and not a forest. Well, I remembered now that they said that they had to get on top of that mountain, didn't they? They said that there were supplies there for 300 people for 2 years, and then obviously now there's only like 90 of them left. You know, that would be some decent rations for many years to come. But obviously, as we've seen, as soon as they crossed that river, boom, mate, spear was thrown, it took them out. Now, we haven't really seen much of the grounds people, have we? We've seen that one of them's been in the trees watching him, and obviously we've seen Jasper be hit by the spear. But apart from that, we're not seeing how many there is, if it's a big tribe, if it's a small one, you know, the individual little parties moving around. I thought it was interesting at the end there that we've had Clark and Finn sleep together with obviously Finn's girlfriend on her way to Earth. But like I said, mate, it didn't look like it was very successful. Now, what's happening to Clark's mum? This again is going to be interesting. Last episode or the one before, she was nearly floated, wasn't she? She used too much resources to save one patient, which obviously they're not happy about, and they deem that as death. Do you know what I mean? You break the law, you're over 18, punishment is death. And she was being floated then until obviously Wells' dad come and saved her, because obviously he's now back out of his surgery. Now again, I don't know how you can actually be saved in the next episode or the next time you're about to get floated, because you definitely have broken the law this time. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're planning an escape off the ship. It just shows today, like, it's not always best to let everybody know the truth. People might say it is, and let's be honest, if you're being realistic, everybody should know the truth, but it's not ideal. And you can see how quickly things can turn when people do know the truth. Panic can happen. You know, I said you needed a little council, you need a board, you need a government. Yeah, regardless of whether you like that or not, there's a hierarchy and people need to follow it and the rules that obviously they show. Now they've kind of established, mate, we're not going to kill people, even though we nearly killed someone today's episode. We're not going to kill people. What we're going to do is we'll banish you. The fact is, there's a chance of surviving. You're kind of banishing them to death, but there's a glimmer. Do you know what I mean? Give them a knife, give them a little bit of food for the day and say, that's it, see ya, fend for yourself, don't come back to the camp. Like I said, mate, you know, this is the start of the stages, the people in command, the chain. You know, Bellamy, he wants to be number one, but he does need people around him. Whether they agree with it or not, they have to give counsel and they have to make the decisions. People can't just be willy-nilly do whatever they want. You can see it here. So again, it's going to be interesting to see that one. You know, I like how Octavia gave, you know, Jasper a kiss as well. That was really good. And obviously, the Monty was trying to send communication up to the ship and it didn't really work and it fried everyone's wristbands. Maybe they make you feel a bit more free. Do you know what I mean? Maybe they can just do whatever they want now. Knowing that, you know, nobody's actually watching over them. Now, obviously, in terms of the Ark, I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to have to make a decision, or they're going to have to pray that Raven actually makes it down to the Earth. And then if she does make it down to the Earth, do you still stand and actually, you know, charge Clark's mum for actually doing this? Because technically, if they hadn't sent Raven, they still would have done that to the wristbands and they would have lost all communication 100% and thought everybody was dead. But by sending her and actually breaking the law, then yes, she could go down, she could send information up, she could save 300 people, but she could also highlight that Earth is actually pretty safe, and not everybody's dead. They're all still alive, and you can come down if you need to, if, you know, push comes to shove. So again, very interesting. Can't wait to find out what happens. If you did enjoy today's episode, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.